Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Janet Wiley, the Assistant Dean for Development and Alumni Relations at the University of Maryland School of Dentistry. I'm delighted that we're able to come together for this virtual celebration of the Alumni and Friends Professorship in Orthodontics and to witness the investiture of Dr. Jose A. Bazio, the first person to be named in this esteemed professorship. Thank you all for joining us. Although the ceremony is part of a relatively new tradition here at the School of Dentistry, it is already steeped in great meaning and importance. One of our top priorities is recognizing and supporting our most distinguished faculty members, and endowed professorships play a critical role in allowing us to do just that. Today, we gather with the family, friends, and colleagues of our distinguished faculty member, Dr. Bazio, to recognize his achievement and successes. And we salute his ongoing contributions and innovations in the fields of dental education and orthodontics. With this investiture ceremony, we also have an opportunity to express our immense appreciation for the remarkable generosity of the alumni and friends who together have made a lasting contribution to the school, the Division of Orthodontics, and the superlative education we provide our students. Now and in the years to come, their vision, efforts, and commitment will enhance and support the educational, clinical, and investigative excellence that's vital to the Division of Orthodontics' mission of national prominence. Now it's my privilege to introduce Mark A. Reynolds, Dean and Professor of the University of Maryland School of Dentistry. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Dr. Reynolds.
Thank you, Janet. Good afternoon. I am both pleased and proud to welcome each of you to this significant event. Today, we have gathered to honor Dr. Jose Bazio on the occasion of his investiture as the Alumni and Friends Professor of Orthodontics. We also wish to recognize the leadership and generosity of those who enabled the establishment of this distinguished professorship. Such a gift is one of the most enduring contributions that can be made to an academic institution. To endow a professorship is truly to create an enduring legacy of excellence and impact. At the University of Maryland School of Dentistry, we strive to offer our students a superlative education as we prepare them to become the oral health leaders of tomorrow. We are dedicated to advancing oral health care and knowledge through innovative clinical care and pioneering research. In short, our goal, as our mission statement makes clear, is to advance oral health and improve the lives of those who live in Maryland and beyond. Endowed professorships play a unique role in academic institutions, sustaining scholarship, supporting discovery, and advancing clinical care. They are a measure of the depth and breadth of a school's excellence. Endowed professorships make it possible for us to recruit and retain the most talented educators, clinicians, and researchers. These endowments help provide our preeminent faculty members with the resources central to fostering future achievement and impact. Endowed professorships also bestow recognition and distinction on an outstanding faculty member, creating space for cultivation of a legacy that will blossom in the form of academic excellence, innovative patient care, and advances in clinical knowledge. During our ceremony, you will hear from friends and colleagues of Dr. Bazio as they highlight his exceptional contributions and service to orthodontics and to oral health care. I would like to offer my sincere congratulations to you, Dr. Bazio, during this very special occasion held in honor of your career. We celebrate your ongoing efforts, accomplishments, and contributions to orthodontics and dentistry. Our students and patients will continue to benefit from your leadership, teaching, scholarship, and discovery. Before we move ahead, I also would like to recognize the efforts and dedication of those who worked to establish the Alumni and Friends Professorship in Orthodontics. Kudos to each of you who stepped forward to help us lead this remarkable effort that has resulted in a lasting gift to the School of Dentistry. What you have accomplished truly exemplifies the strength of our community, especially when supporting a common goal. Your gift to the school will support advances in scholarship, education, and clinical care through the work of Dr. Bazio now and in the future. On behalf of the School of Dentistry, I thank you all. And now I would like to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Edgar Swearin. A class of 1954 graduate, Dr. Swearin is a distinguished faculty member in orthodontics and a longtime supporter of the School of Dentistry. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Swearin.
Thank you, Dr. Reynolds. Good afternoon. I am very pleased to help celebrate the investiture of Dr. Jose Bazio as the inaugural recipient of the Alumni and Friends Professorship in Orthodontics at the University of Maryland School of Dentistry. This endowed professorship holds great significance to me. More than 2 decades ago, I read a news article about a successful $2 million campaign held by the University of Connecticut to fund an endowed orthodontic professorship. It was the first endowment of that kind at that School of Dental Medicine, and for me, it was inspirational. I clipped the news article, saved it for several years, and often considered how and when we would launch our version of this monumental project. I must admit that it took our school a little while, but I'm very pleased and proud that by pulling together, we are here today celebrating Dr. Basio. I am both proud and grateful that my wife Betty and I were able to offer leadership gifts aimed at jump-starting this effort and inspiring others. And I am delighted that many of our alumni and friends joined me and others in support of our orthodontic program, which has meant so much to us as a way to fulfill our career goals and enrich our family lives. I'd like to particularly thank Dr. Carlpick, without whose enthusiastic leadership and help, we would not have been able to secure this remarkable professorship. Betty and I are deeply grateful to the many graduates and friends who had contributed, not only those who generously gave leadership gifts of $25,000, but everyone who participated and made this lasting legacy possible. With the establishment of the Alumni and Friends Professorship in Orthodontics, we are creating a leadership position that will forever enhance and extend our goals in education, patient care, and research. I am personally delighted that we are fulfilling our dream, and that dream is made better by the appointment of the first person to hold our endowed professorship, my dear friend, a stellar orthodontist, caring teacher, and a model of outstanding departmental leadership, Jose Basio, who has my heartfelt congratulations and fervent support.
Thank you, Dr. Swerin. Now please allow me the honor of introducing our next speaker, Dr. Vineet Dar. Dr. Dar is a clinical professor, director of the graduate program in pediatric dentistry, and the chair of the Department of Orthodontics and Pediatric Dentistry at the University of Maryland School of Dentistry. Please welcome Dr. Dar.
Thank you, Janet. I'm immensely pleased to speak on this important occasion. This new professorship, the Alumni and Friends Endowed Professor in Orthodontics, rests upon a tradition of excellence and prestige at the University of Maryland School of Dentistry, and is rooted in long-standing clinical excellence, innovative academic and research achievements, and generous philanthropic support. It is envisioned as being held by an esteemed academician, educator, and clinician who is recognized nationally for leadership and distinction in orthodontics, and whose scholarship will have significant impact on our school. I can say with confidence that Dr. Basio more than fits the bill. He's a role model, an outstanding researcher, an exceptional teacher, and someone who provides remarkable service to the school, to the university, and to the local community. A board-certified orthodontist, Dr. Basio serves on the school's division chief and program director for orthodontics, Department of Orthodontics and Pediatric Dentistry. He's also a diplomate and an examiner for American Board of Orthodontics, a University of Maryland, Baltimore faculty senator, and a past president for Society of Orthodontic Educators. Widely recognized as an innovator, Dr. Basio plays an important leadership role in driving strategic initiatives that further the mission of the department, whether streamlining patient care in orthodontics, re-energizing the orthodontics residency program, or spearheading a pilot program in teledentistry. My heartfelt congratulations to Dr. Basio for receiving this well-deserved honor. This ceremony offers a chance to celebrate with our great faculty, friends, and families the achievements of Dr. Basio, the Division of Orthodontics, and that of the School of Dentistry. It is also an opportunity to thank people who made the endowed professorship possible. We are grateful to our alumni and colleagues for their support. We hope that you will count on us as we move forward as a unified force dedicated to advancing the orthodontic program and the University of Maryland School of Dentistry, confident that together we can reach even greater heights. Again, congratulations, Dr. Basio.
Thank you very much, Dr. Dar. Now I'd like to introduce you to Dr. Philip Markin, a 1966 graduate of the University of Maryland School of Dentistry and a member of UMSOD's Dean's Faculty in the Division of Orthodontics, a past president of the Maryland State Society of Orthodontics and the College of Diplomates of the American Board of Orthodontists. He has been an examiner for the American Board of Orthodontics and currently serves as an examiner for the Commission of Dental Competency Assessments. Please welcome Dr. Markin.
I'm so pleased that Dr. Basio has been awarded the Alumni and Friends Endowed Professorship in Orthodontics at the University of Maryland School of Dentistry. I'm not going to review Dr. Basio's CV because anybody who reads it will be impressed. A few things do stand out. The fact that he's been invited back to St. Louis for a number of years to examine by the American Board of Orthodontics, and secondly, that he's been elected president of the Society of Orthodontic Educators. Both of these honors were granted by his peers in recognition of his superior talents in both education and clinical orthodontics. I first met Dr. Basio about 2010 at the headquarters of the ABO. We were both examining candidates for board certification. I was immediately impressed with his personality. Seldom, in my experience, does a full-time academic have both humor and unbridled energy. Also, the combination of 11 years of private practice in orthodontics and full-time academics is rare. At the University of Maryland School of Dentistry, I was assigned to a search committee for a new chairman of the orthodontic department. And at that time, I realized that Dr. Basio was still relatively new to academics, but I still wanted him to visit the school and the state of Maryland. He probably doesn't know it, but another person on the committee and I were really hoping that he'd be hired from the very beginning. That didn't happen at the time, but I didn't give up. I kept in contact with Dr. Basio, and finally the position of program director became available. By then, Dr. Basio had more than enough experience to handle the position. I twisted his arm to revisit Maryland. One of the complications was that Jose had recently moved through to his family, 4 daughters and his wife from Wisconsin to New Jersey. And the girls were not too happy about moving again. But luckily, they weren't too happy with New Jersey either. After Jose accepted the position of program director, a family discussion was held, and they came to the compromise that the family would stay in New Jersey until the oldest daughter, Sophia, graduated from high school. To show you what kind of dad Jose is, he commuted from Baltimore to New Jersey on weekends. But the commute proved to be somewhat of a challenge. Jose kept a case of motor oil and patches for his worn out tires in the trunk of his car, and occasionally had to use them. All of this while taking on the tremendous task of organizing and running the orthodontic department. I can personally attest to the long hours that he put in. When I asked Jose where he was staying in Baltimore, he said that he had arranged a room in a local motel. Since our house is unoccupied for 7 or 8 months in Maryland, I insisted that he use our place to live. After some persuading, he finally accepted. There was some overlap in occupying the house. Jose would leave no later than 6:30 in the morning because we heard him, and seldom come back before 7 at night. On top of everything else going on in the department, the Commission on Dental Accreditation, CODA, was scheduled to visit the school for an official evaluation. Dr. Basio had to document and verify all the requirements were met so that the department would meet CODA standards. Needless to say, his first year was more than a challenge. Now, as time has passed, we all can see how much Dr. Basio has accomplished with the program. Finally, the program is receiving recognition. This past year, there were almost 200, actually 199 applicants for 4 resident positions. Even the dental students at Maryland recognize how strong the program has gotten. 11 of them applied for the residency positions. I'm certain that in the near future, Maryland's orthodontic program will be recognized as one of the best in the country. You know, Jose's youngest daughter, Julia, would often kid her dad by saying and reminding him, "Dad, you're just a teacher." Now Julia has to say, "Dad, you're an endowed professor." Again, I'm thrilled that Dr. Bazio has been awarded this honor. He truly deserves it.
Thank you, Dr. Markin, for your warm words about Dr. Bazio. Now I'm honored to present Dr. Thomas J. Candelosi, the Lehman L. Waugh Professor Emeritus at Orthodontics at Columbia University College of Dental Medicine. Dr. Candelosi is currently Professor and Chair of the Department of Orthodontics at Rutgers School of Dental Medicine. A past director and past president of the American Board of Orthodontics, he also is an examiner for the ABO Clinical Examination and a consultant to the ABO Written Examination Committee. Please welcome Dr. Candelosi.
Good afternoon. It's an honor and a great pleasure to speak with you today on the occasion of the investiture of Dr. Jose Bazio as the Alumni and Friends Professor in Orthodontics at the University of Maryland. If I were to try to tell you of all the great things that he's done as an orthodontist and a teacher, it would take me all afternoon. But today I want to talk about Jose Bazio, the person. I first met him in 1998 in Ponta Grossa, Brazil, where I was invited to speak at an international dental congress. I was a relatively new ABO director, and he was a fairly recent graduate from the orthodontic program at Ohio State. He was volunteering at the meeting, and his assignment was to get me to wherever I had to be while I was there. Now, I was very glad about that because he was one of the few persons there who spoke fluent English, and my attempts at Portuguese were at best very poor. So his advice to me was, just say, "Você fala inglês," and you'll be okay. And actually, that really worked out quite well. During the 3 days that I was in Ponta Grossa, Jose drove my wife, Helen, and I just about everywhere we had to be. And he wanted to talk incessantly about orthodontic education and ABO certification. He was very eager to become board certified, and he did so very successfully, both in Brazil and in the US. And it was also very obvious to me that he had a deep passion for teaching and learning. After that meeting, we kept in touch for a while, but his career path took him back to a very successful orthodontic practice in Curitiba, Brazil. And of course, mine took me back to Columbia to teach and practice. In 2008, he made the decision, unbeknownst to me, to come back to the US and teach full-time at Marquette University. Then in 2009, one day, as I was getting ready to travel to St. Louis for an ABO exam, I saw his name on the list of examiners for the exam. Now, we hadn't seen each other for more than 10 years, but when we met in St. Louis, it was just as though we had been together yesterday. We kept in touch after that at ABO events and other meetings. And in 2012, I left Columbia and came to Rutgers. In 2014, I was finally able to convince him to come east and join the faculty of our department. Now, I can sum up the 3 years that he was at Rutgers in just 2 sentences. First, he was the hardest working person I had ever met. And secondly, he would do anything for anyone at any time. He didn't know the meaning of the word no. He was the first one at school in the morning, usually at 5:30 or 5:45 a.m., and usually the last to leave at night at 6:30, 7, sometimes later. If a faculty member had a flat tire or was under the weather in the morning, Jose was always ready to help out. He would also make himself available to students and residents at just about any time. He was very instrumental in helping me to increase the scholarly activity and the use of digital technology in my department, which was sorely needed at the time. Now, those of you who know me probably know that I'm a baseball fan, more properly a fanatic, and that I like to use baseball analogies whenever I can. So in the 1940s and 50s, there was a player named Sheldon Jones, who was a starting pitcher, I think for the Giants, but he was very talented and he could relieve as well. And he was always ready to pitch. He could pitch the first game of a doubleheader and then come back in the second game and pitch a couple of more innings. So sports writers therefore named him Sheldon Available Jones. Soon his first name was dropped from the sports pages, and he was just known as Available Jones. To me, that was Jose Bazio, very talented and always available and ready to help. His departure from Rutgers was very bittersweet for me. I was, of course, very sad to see him leave because I knew I was losing a great faculty member and a future leader of the department. But I also knew that it was the right decision for him and his beautiful family. You are very fortunate to have him at Maryland, and it's very appropriate that you're bestowing this honor on him today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Candelosi, for your kind observations and insights about Dr. Bazio. At this point, I would like to present the medallion. It is truly a great pleasure and source of pride for me to present one of our school's highest honors to you, Dr. Bazio. The Alumni and Friends Professorship in Orthodontics honors your ongoing accomplishments and contributions to education, clinical care, and research. I know that your colleagues and friends will agree with me that you are most deserving of this esteemed professorship, and I know, too, that your family members are exceedingly proud of you. I am honored to present this medallion to you. You are now the first Alumni and Friends Professor in Orthodontics. I hope that you will wear this medallion proudly, wearing and displaying it at major events such as investiture ceremonies, convocations, and commencements. Congratulations, Dr. Bazio. At this time, Dr. Bazio would like to invite you to say a few words.
Hello, everyone. The other day, my wife told me, Jose, you constantly diminish your deeds by saying something negative about great things you have accomplished. And at that moment, I realized she was right once again. This is why I love her so much. I also realized how many other people have supported me over the years. My name is Jose Antonio Bazio, and I have served the University of Maryland School of Dentistry as the Division Chief and the Postgraduate Orthodontic Program Director since May 2017. I am humbled and deeply honored to be named UMSOD First Alumni and Friends Professor of Orthodontics. Having grown up in a different country, at first, I did not understand the importance of the word. As I tried to translate to my folks, I couldn't find the words to explain the honor. However, soon I learned that an endowed professorship is the highest academic award that a university can bestow upon a faculty member, and it lasts as long as the university exists. It is also an enduring tribute to all donors who established the fund, and it is essential if we want to continue to excel as an institution. This endowed position will hopefully be available to advance our instructional programs, to develop new research ideas, perhaps to fund students' work, hire new talented faculty, and ultimately to make innovative advances in our own portfolio of scholarly work. The UMSOD Alumni and Friends Professorship in Orthodontics was created by people who care about our profession, our school, and our orthodontic program. People who have enjoyed and continue enjoying a life of satisfaction given by our specialty. I would like to take a moment to thank those who created and supported the UMSOD Alumni and Friends Professorship in Orthodontics. My special thanks go to Dr. Edgar Swerin and Carl Pick, who launched the initial push. I also want to express my gratitude to each and every one of the people who contributed to the professorship. I am very grateful. And if I was chosen to receive this honor, it is because I sit on the shoulders of many who have supported and helped me to serve in this capacity. First and foremost, Dr. Phil Markin, who not only insisted but urged me relentlessly to come to Baltimore for a first visit in 2013 and again in 2016. He and his wife Phyllis also invite me to live in their Annapolis condo for more than a year. Thank you, Phil and Phyllis. It would have been much harder for me to live and work away from my family without your warm welcome. Nonetheless, I would not be here today if it weren't for another man who believed that I could deliver on my promises, Mark Reynolds, our dean. Dr. Reynolds, for certain I have given you some headaches, but you have never stopped supporting, guiding, instructing, and showing me the best way to resolve issues and manage conflicts. Your patience and leadership skills allow me to find the best way to move our orthodontic program forward. We thrive as department and institution because of your support and leadership. Thank you. My gratitude also goes to my direct supervisor and chairman, Dr. Vineet Dar. Working under his guidance, I have learned how to listen more intently and to share governance and responsibilities. In many situations, Dr. Dar has helped me focus on the problem at hand while giving me freedom to operate the division independently. It is an honor to serve UMSOD by your side. I would like to express my deep appreciation to another very important group of people, or all of those at the School of Dentistry with whom I worked every day. Our full and part-time faculty and our staff, thank you all. Thank you to our current and former students. You are the reason why we teach, and actually, we learn. And members of many other areas of the school which have supported our program. Thank you for welcoming me, supporting me, and being my colleagues and partners. Of course, my journey to Maryland would not have taken place if not for my former chair and dear friend, Dr. Thomas Candelosi. Tom inspired and supported me throughout my 3 years at Rutgers School of Dental Medicine. Along with him, Dean Feldman, and the full and part-time orthodontic faculty, staff, and students also made my journey at Rutgers easier. Thank you for standing by my side and allowing me to produce as much as I did. Rutgers would never have been a part of my life if it weren't for Marquette University and its leadership. Drs. Bill Lobb, Jerry Bradley, Russ Kittleson, and Davey Liu gave me the opportunity to enter academics in America. With their guidance and that of Marquette's full and part-time faculty, students, and staff, I began learning how to be an orthodontic educator in America. But Marquette only happened because of my alma mater, Ohio State University. Under the guidance of Dr. Kate Vig, the late Dale Wade, Henry Fields, Chuck Buxip, and all the full and part-time faculty, I learned orthodontics. And it was my master thesis director, Dr. Jim Birch, who convinced me that I should return to America to teach. Thank you all. Others also play important roles in my journey. Dr. Ross Tallens from Eastman Institute of Oral Health gave me the opportunity to take the 2-year TMD program and start my American journey. The friends and mentors from the American Board of Orthodontics, especially Dr. Scott Jamieson, who invited me to serve at the ABO, helped me to enrich my knowledge about the value of board certification. All my colleagues from the Midwest Anglo Society of Orthodontists who continue pushing me to do my best. Thank you all. My journey wouldn't have been possible without those who molded me as a dentist. To all my faculty members, colleagues at Pontifical Catholic University, and the patients whom I saw during 11 and a half years of private practice, thank you. And life has minimal value without family. And we are 13 dentists in my family, 6 orthodontists. My uncles, Ademir and Altair, were the ones who allowed me to start my orthodontic dream in their practice. My cousins Silvio, Mauricio, Danielle, Adrienne, Eliane, and Larissa greatly supported my endeavors. But it was my sister, Marcia, and brother-in-law, Eloy, both dentists, and my brother, Gilson, who gave me the moral, financial, and unconditional love and support to pursue my dream of becoming a dentist. And how could I forget my mom and dad? Dear friends, I love you all, but my parents are my true heroes. My dad drove a truck for 32 years and helped create the Truck Drivers Union. 12 days before he passed, a group of truck owners asked to use my father's name to create the Foundation Adolfo Bosio in Transport Education, the first in the country of Brazil and the second in the world. And my mother, who at 85 years of age, continues holding our family together. Am I forgetting anyone? No, I have not forgotten anyone, especially because my daughters, Sophia, Elena, Luisa, and Julia, and my wife, Maria, are part of me. In truth, the professorship is being given indirectly to them too, since if it weren't for their support, patience, and love, I couldn't have dedicated my time to orthodontics. They are the reason I wake up in the morning, push myself to do my best, and try to be the best person I can. Their smiles light my day and give me the essence of life. Thank you, girls. I love you. Thank you all once again for allowing me to be here today, and may God bless the University of Maryland and the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bosio, and heartfelt congratulations on this exciting occasion. This concludes our investiture ceremony. Again, thank you all for coming. Please stay safe and enjoy the rest of your evening.